Good afternoon. To my dear graduating students, families, and friends. My name is Ayman El-Mohandes, and I'm the Dean of the City University of New York's Graduate School of Public Health and Health Policy. I'm honored to be with you at our fourth commencement and our very first virtual commencement. First for you and first for me. Honored to share with you this great moment in your lives. I think we have an exciting program for you, so please sit back and enjoy the ceremony for the next hour. I'm so pleased that bringing greetings to our graduates today are CUNY's Chancellor Felix Matos Rodriguez, the Executive Director of the American Public Health Association, Dr. Georges Benjamin, the President of the Association of Schools and Programs in Public Health, Dr. Laura Magana, Dr. Anthony Fauci, the Director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease, and the Director General of the World Health Organization, Dr. Teddrus Adenom. I'm also delighted and privileged to introduce this year's Honorary Doctor of Science in Public Health recipient and our keynote speaker, Dr. Natalia Cannon. Dr. Cannon is the Executive Director of the United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA. Under her leadership, the UNFPA has expanded and strengthened its vital mission and role in providing universal access to reproductive health, reducing maternal mortality, and promoting gender equality. CUNY School of Public Health is thrilled to be able to celebrate Dr. Cannon's lifetime commitment to public health, which has made profound impact and positive change in improving the health and rights of women and young people around the globe. We are honored that Dr. Cannon will join us virtually a bit later in the program to deliver our keynote address, and we look forward to a special occasion in the near future to officially present her with the honorary degree. My very dear graduates, on this important day of your lives, you more than most have reason to pause and to ponder. The public health culture that you represent and the skills that define your profession prevail, and at this very moment define our pathway to survival. Every responsible voice and authority seek your knowledge, your wisdom, and your advice. Your collective influence will chart the only safe way out of a human tragedy. If medicine today can save thousands, your foresight and action can save millions. And if medical rescue will save millions, your well-conceived, evidence-adherent, long-tested interventions will save hundreds of millions or more. Your voice will provide the best counsel to those willing to listen and to act. These recent months represent a cosmic phenomenon, demonstrating the forceful, natural, regenerative powers of our planet, even after a brief slowdown in our human endeavors when human ambition to exploit nature and the perpetual diligence to reach the next economic target has been tempered. For those willing to witness, learn, and acknowledge what this epidemic and its consequences have meant to our planet, we are bewildered that such a degree of human trauma was even necessary to verify long-established evidence that you and I share. The good news is we can do something about it, and changes can happen quickly. Hopefully, a global shutdown in the face of a pandemic will not be necessary in our path forward. We witness demonstrable drops in global emissions, including carbon dioxide and nitrogen dioxide, improved air and water quality, even in historically polluted waterways, and vibrations on the Earth's surface significantly reduced as fewer trains, buses, and traffic are in circulation, all happening in the course of a few weeks. In our modern civilization, we tend to reward action versus restraint. During this experience of social distancing, we all have an opportunity to relearn the value of contemplation, inward exploration, and mindfulness. This epidemic is not the first in history, neither is it the first period of forced isolation imposed by the spread of illness. Use this unique moment of deeper self-examination and revive your creative spirit. These can be times of intense exploration and creativity. Remember that Isaac Newton discovered gravity and William Shakespeare wrote his masterpiece, King Lear, during the quarantine for the plague. We are drawn to focus on the here and now, the illness, the deaths, the economic collapse, and the despair. Our public health mission may compel us to continue to respond to the immediate needs without losing sight of the future and how our contributions can make tomorrow a better day. I remind myself and you not to lose track of our goals of equity, fairness, responsible consumption, community-mindedness, and always giving prevention its fair share. One day, you will be as gray as I am. And I hope you will think back on what you learned through these trying times and how your individual and collective contributions never allowed it to recur. Today is your day, and tomorrow awaits you even more. I have deep trust in you. Go forth and make our world a better place. And now, let us start our celebration. We will start our program with greetings from Chancellor Felix Matos Rodriguez.
Thank you, Dean El Mohandes. I'm delighted to be joining you, the faculty, and our guests in honoring this year's graduates of our CUNY School of Public Health and Health Policy. In just a few short years, the CUNY School of Public Health has become one of the gems of our university. It is a testament to the school's ascent that this 2020 class numbers 173 strong and includes 28 doctorate graduates, the largest number in its history so far. My heartfelt congratulations go to each one of you. I am happy to welcome and congratulate our keynote speaker and honorary degree recipient, Dr. Natalia Cannon, who has dedicated her career to sexual and reproductive health. As one of the highest ranking women at the United Nations, she is also a true role model for all of us. Finally, I extend a warm CUNY welcome to all our guests. This commencement, of course, is not like any other. It comes against the backdrop of a battle that has put virtually everyone working in public health at the front lines, whether directly or indirectly. No aspect of health or life is unaffected, and that is especially so here in New York City, where the impact has been so devastating and the challenges ahead so daunting. I am proud, very, very proud, of how the School of Public Health has stepped up this past few months, providing the kind of reliable information and scientifically sound research and expertise that has never been needed more. Our graduates today have been part of the many efforts of the School of Public Health in assisting New York in the last couple of months. And now they move on to their careers, not only with the knowledge, the skills and experience they have acquired, but also the values of social justice that are the core of the City University of New York and of this School of Public Health. So again, congratulations to the Dean, congratulations to the faculty, congratulations to all of the graduates, the historic class of 2020. Thank you to all of those who helped you in this journey, and I look so forward to your contributions and your life ahead. But today, I just ask you to take a moment and celebrate you, recharge your existential batteries, and get ready for the road ahead. Congratulations. Muchas felicidades.
Next, I bring to you greetings from Georges Benjamin.
Hello, I'm Dr. Georges Benjamin, the Executive Director of the American Public Health Association. I wanted to take a few minutes to acknowledge you, the Cooney School of Public Health class of 2020, on your important achievement and welcome you to the world of public health. You are graduating at a time when the world is going through the greatest public health challenge of our lifetime. But this is what you've been studying to do: to understand the problems, develop solutions, and ensure that they get done, with the ultimate goal of improving the public's health. So, as you graduate today and proceed on to the next phases of your lives, always remember, you are a Cooney Public Health graduate, and you have the power to change the world. Congratulations, class of 2020.
And now it is time for us to listen to Dr. Laura Magana.
Greetings and congratulations to the class of 2020. I join your families and friends in celebrating your achievements and welcome you with pride to the public health profession. Now more than ever, your work in our vital profession is critical to ensuring the health and well-being of everyone, everywhere. Many of you will enter the public health workforce in the middle of the biggest public health challenge of our generation. The values of our profession will be the moral compass that will guide our way out. Because our profession is about caring, it's about giving, it's about being hands-on, building trust and community. It means advocating for social justice, being the voice of the invisible, and not leaving anyone behind. You, your professors, and your fellow students here at Cooney Graduate School of Public Health and Health Policy have been doing that already in the epicenter of the epidemic in the United States. Once the threat of coronavirus abates, our other challenges will remain: chronic diseases, climate change, gun violence, substance use and addiction, mental health, and many others. And these challenges are only exacerbated by growing social inequalities that dramatically affect health conditions. The research findings and modeling about the impact humans are having on our planet are really devastating. But I choose to believe that your generation is smart enough, bold enough, concerned enough for humanity that we can defy the predictions and build a better world. I have hope on a brighter future because of you. I believe you are the leaders, researchers, practitioners, advocates, and policymakers that will heal our broken world. Because you have not only achieved technical competencies, but because you got what this world needs: empathy, compassion, humility, courage, passion, and generosity. This is a time for public health. This is our time. And with you in the field as colleagues, there is hope. Class of 2020, the world is waiting for your leadership. Congratulations.
It is my distinct pleasure now to introduce to you Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Warm greetings to you all from Bethesda, Maryland. My name is Tony Fauci, Director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases here at the National Institutes of Health. I am delighted to be able to address the graduating class of 2020. We are currently living amid an unprecedented global pandemic. Celebrating your graduation virtually without personal contact during this extraordinary time is difficult at best. However, we must adapt to the situation as you have done so well and be united in confronting this challenge. Please hang in there. We need your talent, your energy, your resolve, and your character to get through this difficult time. In the next phase of your lives, some of you will actually work directly to help us prevail over this pandemic. However, all of us, directly or indirectly, will be participants in the response, whether we actually care for COVID-19 patients, do research to develop solutions, or contribute as caring and connected members of society. Congratulations on your graduation and the hard work that brought you here. Stay safe, and I wish you all the best in the future.
It is truly a distinct honor for us today to be joined by the Director General of the WHO, Dr. Teddrus Adenom.
Greetings to all 2020 graduates of the City University of New York Graduate School of Public Health and Health Policy, and to all faculty, family, and friends. Thank you, Dean Elmandis, for inviting me to join you on this important day. It's my particular pleasure to be able to join you in honoring my colleague, United Nations Population Fund Executive Director, Dr. Natalia Cannon. I'm delighted that you have chosen her to be the recipient of the school's Honorary Doctor of Science degree in Public Health, recognizing her exceptional leadership as a global advocate for reproductive health, social justice, and the needs of underserved populations. I understand that most of you have pursued your graduate degree while working in the health field, many at the front lines of New York City's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you for your commitment to serving your community. This is the quality that defines great public health professionals. I send my deep condolences to all those who have lost someone they love in your city and your country. We still have a long road to travel in our fight against COVID-19. The impact of the pandemic extends far beyond the death and disease caused by the virus itself, and will be felt for many years to come. Globally, many essential health services have been disrupted or put on hold. But we must all also learn the lessons this pandemic is teaching us, that none of us are safe until all of us are safe, that a healthier world is a safer world, and that health is not a cost. It's an investment in our common future. You all have a part to play in building the health systems of the future and in creating the healthier, safer, fairer world we all want. Thank you all for your commitment to public health and to serving people. I wish you every success.
And now, prepare yourself to a wonderful presentation by our keynote commencement address from Dr. Natalia Cannon.
Dean Elmohandes, faculty and officials of the City University of New York School of Public Health and Public Policy, graduates of the class of 2020, congratulations. It's a glorious moment of achievement for you and your proud families and supporters. I am happy to share it with you. And I am greatly honored to receive the 2020 Honorary Doctor of Science degree in Public Health. I thank the school for this tremendous recognition. All the more meaningful for me, having been a student of Professor Jack Geiger and working now with UNFPA as a proponent of equal rights and reproductive health for women and girls everywhere. We're living through momentous times, making clear that the health of the public matters more than ever. Because of the novel coronavirus pandemic, today's ceremony may not be as you imagined it. However, the world needs your imagination, your ingenuity, to fashion a new dynamic for public health. As you do your part to strengthen health systems and to deliver care with care. As we celebrate you, I thank you for joining the ranks of people with courage to stand up for the public good that health represents as the world situation tests our capacity and our resolve. You are embarking upon a noble mission like no other. It represents the continuity of human effort over centuries to conquer death and disease. It is a commitment that needs continually to be renewed. Here are words of the celebrated poet and diplomat Octavio Paz of Mexico, writing in 1950 in The Labyrinth of Solitude. Learn to look reality in the face. If necessary, we must invent new words and new ideas for these new realities that are challenging us. Who will compose the next chapter of human history with those new words and new ideas and seize the courage to bend the arc of history towards justice? You will influence that historic change when we build back better from the challenge of COVID-19, as United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres says. And what will our resilient new future look like? Choose to lead, to speak to the change that you want to see. On as prominent a platform as you require, harness your power as a young person or a differently abled person or someone with a special perspective that stems from your cultural or ethnic background, and use that power for the public good. COVID has been called the great equalizer. Never for a moment believe that. The pandemic is showing up the double and triple inequalities for too long inherent in our societies. The data and evidence reveal this. It's a pandemic that decimates along the axes of poverty, race, ethnicity, with indigenous and African descendant populations the world over bracing as they're becoming the hardest hit by far. As you leave this institution cloaked in your newly won achievements, your cohort transforms. Your CUNY professional community will be with you for a lifetime, as hopefully by the year 2030, we realize the joint aspirations declared through the Sustainable Development Goals: health and well-being for all, a gender equitable world for all, and a commitment to leave no one behind. Collaboration is central to defending the public's health. Teamwork, it makes the dream work. Even in these times of safe distancing physically, we still need each other. As you disperse into a world of unknowns, ask questions that don't yet have answers. Reach out and pull together and lift each other up. I've found out that there's a productive tension between collaboration, which entails accommodation and a spirit of resistance to the status quo. That spirit of inquiry that brings in your original thinking. So do fine-tune your creativity, intuition, perhaps your quirky way of approaching an issue. In other words, don't always feel that you have to conform, and don't flinch from your original mind. Dear graduates, it was Audre Lorde who said, "Life is very short, and what we have to do must be done in the now." It all begins here with your outstanding CUNY education. May your passion for public health lead you to create new ways of making the world safer and better, especially for vulnerable women and girls. Wherever your path takes you, my wish for you is unlimited horizons. I hope that in future years, you'll return to CUNY as a proud contributing alum to recount your public health triumphs, large and small. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you. Well done, class of 2020.
This year, we have an extraordinary cohort of graduates. At this time, I would like to recognize 12 students who are receiving the 2020 Dean's Merit Awards because through their scholarly achievement, service contributions, and triumph over adversity, they truly exemplify our public health values. The Dean's Merit Award for Scholarship is awarded to a student who has demonstrated outstanding excellence in her academic training. This year's recipient and our valedictorian is Laura Ansley Hobbs, who also is receiving her MPH today. The Dean's Merit Award for Research is awarded to two students. Karina Castillo, who receives her MS today, and John B. Whitmore, who is an MPH graduate. The Dean's Merit Award for Service is awarded to two students this year. MS graduate Anthony Mike Irardi and MPH graduate Pavan Lohia. The Dean's Merit Award for Commitment is awarded to Lauren Dana Rao, who receives her MPH as well today, and to Sally Ann Quinn, also an MPH graduate. The Dean's Dissertation Award is presented this year to Catherine Mashalada for the excellence and public health significance of her doctoral dissertation. The last of our graduate awards are presented to the Dean's 4 academic departmental scholars, all of whom are MPH graduates. The Dean's departmental awardees are Kelsey Schobert from the Department of Community Health and Social Sciences, Sarah Inez Edwards from the Department of Environmental, Occupational, and Geospatial Health Sciences, Emma Ruderman from the Department of Epi and Biostats, and Matthew McCaleb from the Department of Health Policy and Management. Congratulations to all of you. My heartfelt congratulations and sincere pride in your many significant achievements.
Hi everyone, my name is Ansley Hobbs. I would like to begin by stating that this is the first time I've ever given a speech where the entire audience could actually be wearing just their underwear. So thank you for that. I feel less nervous already. I would also like to thank our incredible deans, faculty, and staff who have been unbelievably supportive throughout this difficult last semester. And finally, a huge thank you to all of those individuals who have been working tirelessly around the COVID-19 response. Represented here today are doctors, nurses, community health educators, researchers, mutual aid workers, contact tracers, and many other healthcare professionals, all of whom have been vital over the last several months. What I hope you all remember from me today is this: science can be a tool for liberation. The graduates here today have been taught by our esteemed faculty that all are deserving of a life free from illness or injury, and that our role as practitioners is to monitor health status to identify and solve community health problems. At the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, we were told this virus would be the great equalizer, with infections affecting all regardless of race, class, or creed. Despite these proclamations, however, public health practitioners have uncovered a very different reality where race and class are the defining characteristics of those most at risk due to the structural inequalities which have been built into our society. These epidemiological discoveries have spurred along momentous conversations, both nationally and internationally, about universal healthcare, class differences, and workers' rights, all of which are intricately tied to the core principles of public health. With this in mind, I turn to my fellow graduates and I urge you, recognize the power of the knowledge you hold. Use it productively to advance health equity and defend the rights of the most vulnerable. Our time at CUNY has equipped us with critical skills needed for this fight, and together we are a force to be reckoned with. Some of you are here to write the policies which will safely govern our societies and improve the health for all. Thank you. Some of you are here to detect disease outbreaks and monitor trends in health outcomes. Thank you. Some of you are here to safeguard communities from harmful environmental toxins and detect threats to our air and water. Thank you. And some of you are here to work within our communities, bringing education and power to every last individual. Thank you. Despite these unimaginable circumstances, where we celebrate apart from one another as the COVID-19 death toll continues to grow, today's graduates still bring me such immense hope for a more equitable future. Congratulations to the class of 2020. It's been an honor.
And now, presenting our Doctor of Public Health graduates. Carmina C. Bernardo. Ashley Chastain. Maggie Gogishvili. Stephen Lee. Erin Renee McKinney-Prupus. Christina M. Rodriguez. Michelle Silverio. Christina Ventura. David Younger. And now, presenting our Doctor of Philosophy in Public Health graduates. Stacy Abramsky-Rissman. Kristen Ann Cribbs. Sitaji Gurum. Ashley Jordan. Sarah Kuril. Jennifer Lee. Sal Leggio. Catherine C. Machalaba. Katrina F. Mateo. Catherine Joy McCarthy. Carolyn Mills. Elizabeth Ortiz. Lauren Porsche. McKaylee Robertson. Anna Stackel. Rachel Taney. Erica Tolberg. Olga Tomidzik. Dana Watnick. And now presenting the graduates of our master's programs.
Way back when I saw magic. magical. I mean, she'd say everything you want to dream away. We are legends every day. That's what she told me. Turn your magic on. To me, she'd say everything you want to dream away. Under this pressure, under this weight, we are diamonds. Turn your magic on. With me, she'd say everything you want to dream away. We are legends every day. That's what she told me. Turn your magic on. To me, she'd say everything you want to dream away. Under this pressure, under this weight, we are diamonds. Turn your magic on. With me, she'd say everything you want to dream away. We are legends every day. That's what she told me. Turn your magic on. To me, she'd say everything you want to dream away. Under this pressure, under this weight, we are diamonds. Under this weight, we are diamonds. Turn your magical. With me, she'd say everything you want to dream away. It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along.
Fellow graduates, my name is Pavan Lohia, and I have served as your graduate student president for the past year. As we cross the finish line and embark on our next journeys, it is my great honor to congratulate you and the entire class of 2020. From being a student to your campus leader, my time at SPH has been nothing short of a roller coaster, from late night study sessions to leading our student government. I came to SPH from Southern California, and I'm glad that I chose to come to SPH because of the great education, phenomenal faculty, and most importantly, the friendships I gained. When I began my term as president, there were many goals I had, like bringing the Delta Omega Honor Society to SPH, which will benefit students for years. However, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, some goals were no longer possible. Despite that, around the school and across New York, I saw students taking initiatives from serving on the front lines to donating necessary medical supplies and helping those most vulnerable. Today, I stand proud with all of you as leaders in public health. Throughout my education and career, I've learned passion and ability to change are key to achieving my dreams. As we take on new challenges, I encourage you all to push the envelope. Now more than ever, the country needs public health leaders and agents of change. Sometimes life is about risking everything for a dream no one can see but you. Class of 2020, the world has changed. You will determine how we rebuild, and I ask that you make your goals your priority. As we now culminate our time here at SPH, I would like you all to join me in taking the oath of public health. I pledge to do all within my power to safeguard human and environmental health through prevention, protection, promotion, and educational efforts. I will accept the responsibility to use my talents, training, and professional experience to instill public trust in all my public health endeavors. It is my personal commitment to serve my community with integrity and pride. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Hi everyone, on behalf of CUNY Graduate School Public Health and Health Policy's Alumni Network, greetings and congratulations to the class of 2020. Of all the graduates of CUNY SPH, I can proudly say, without a doubt, that you are the most unique. I am here to extend my best wishes to all of you in your future endeavors and to welcome you into the alumni community. While at SPH, you have explored evidence-based solutions to pressing health matters in New York City and around the world to advance health equity and social justice. You have been leaders, innovators, and changemakers. Our profession is stronger because of your demonstrated commitment to serving the public's health, and our communities are privileged to have you. Now, you are needed more than ever. Your journey as SPH alumni and public health leaders is just beginning. Today, you all join the ranks of SPH graduates who have come before you. You are all, as of this moment, members of the Alumni Network. As fellow alumni, you will stay connected with fellow graduates, current students, and the SPH community. The partnerships that you have formed with your peers, both professional and personal, will persist for a lifetime. Your insights and perspective will strengthen the community and pave the path forward for future cohorts of students. In the coming weeks, the Alumni Network will connect with you to share upcoming events. Be sure to engage with us via social media. Just like all of you, I'm excited to see what the future holds. The best is yet to come, and we hope you'll join us in the makings of a better tomorrow. Once again, to the graduates, and now fellow alumni, congratulations.
Dear colleagues, and I can truly and officially call you colleagues at this moment and at this point in the commencement, since you have earned your degree and are now the future public health professionals. You're graduating at a particularly challenging moment, with 40 million Americans who have lost their jobs and more than 100,000 lives that have been lost to the COVID epidemic. Just as significantly, and in the last few days, a precious life was lost under the oppressive and murderous knee of a law enforcement procedure that was the worst expression of one of the ills of our society. Yes, I speak of racism. You and I know that racism is one of the ills of our country and of our society. We cannot be fooled by terminologies like a bad apple. It is not an issue of apples or bad ones. It is an issue of a systemic disease that has affected our society in a way where we cannot move forwards with our aspirations for equity and fairness without addressing it. I invite you to join me in being actively anti-racist in this very important moment in history. Anti-racism simply means that we cannot just rely on not approving of racism, but actually intervening actively in our daily lives, in our actions and our choices, to rid our society of this plague. Please spend a moment with me in silence to mourn the loss of more than 100,000 lives to the COVID epidemic, and also mourn the loss of the life of George Floyd. Thank you. Now you will receive a short address by the chairman of the foundation board of the CUNY School of Public Health, and then finally we have a very special surprise for you. Stay tuned.
Greetings, Dean Almohandes, graduates, faculty, and honored guests. To the graduates, thank you for choosing public health, and thank you for your belief that every person has a right to health. Like each of you, I'm a public health professional. I chose public health because I believe that every person has the right to a healthy and dignified life, and that geography should not define your health. In my 30 years of fighting for social justice, I've never seen a global health crisis as great as the COVID-19 pandemic. You are joining the public health workforce at a time when champions of public health are greatly needed. You, your voices, and your individual acts of service and compassion are critical to the future of this city, our nation, and the globe. COVID-19 has demonstrated that we need a new social safety net and a renewed commitment to health for all. Indeed, we need a new normal, not a return to an unjust and inequitable situation where people's access to health is defined by their zip codes and bank accounts. Today, you have heard from some of our field's greatest leaders. While they're all congratulating you, they're also challenging you, and I am challenging you. As CUNY School of Public Health graduates, you have the skills necessary to change the future. And through your work, you will save lives, inspire others, and create lasting social change. So my question for you today is, how will you take this training and create a healthier and more inclusive world? What will your legacy be? As the chairman of the CUNY School of Public Health Foundation, I'm pleased to report another landmark year with nearly $1 million raised to benefit our students, our school, and public health programming. And importantly, in recognition of the need to provide ongoing support to our students facing financial crisis, we raised over $75,000 to benefit the Student Emergency Fund. I'm honored to add my congratulations to you, the 2020 CUNY School of Public Health and Health Policy graduates. I wish you all good fortune and good health. On behalf of the CUNY School of Public Health Foundation, I offer you my warmest congratulations.
You're gonna take your letters to the open road. You're gonna ride till you can't no more. You're gonna take those skills to the open road. You're gonna give till you can't no more.
You joining classes from a Mac. Quarantine is really whack. Now you all have got the knack, and you know we had your back. We gathered all resources to help you with your courses, so we could be the source of the finest COVID word for.
Can nobody teach me happy? You can't teach me stats. Cause I learned it here at CUNY. But I'm getting sick of Zoom chats. Proud to have my master's, rising from my bachelor. Thank you to our backers, our parents, sons and daughters. Some will be in movies, some be wearing Gucci. Our campus is a beauty, none of us are snooty. Can nobody teach me epi or EODHS? Oh no, I learned it here all at CUNY. I'd be lying if I said no stress. Today is the day I graduate, and I'm gonna have my MPH. I took my horse to that open road, and I'm proud of CUNY SPH.
Right down, cross down, living like a health czar, sending my time making our school 5-star. Looking at you, knowing you'll be going so far. You go now, and I'll be reading your memoirs. I know the stress going through all that. I know it was so tough, and I tip my hat. Wish I could all roll back to that old town road. You're gonna give till you can no more.
Thank you all for joining us this afternoon to honor the CUNY Graduate School of Public Health and Health Policy's Class of 2020. We now invite all of the graduates, along with your family and friends, to join our doctoral and remaining departmental celebrations. The information appears here on the screen and has been sent to all graduates to share.
It's all right.